Rise and shine, Wolfpack. Meteorologist James Scott here in the NCSU Weather Center, where we're waking up pretty chilly at 39 degrees on this Thursday morning, but looking absolutely gorgeous outside. Not a cloud in the sky, and that unimpeded sun throughout the day is going to help us warm up pretty quickly, already into the 40s by 9 a.m. as we head into lunch in the mid-50s, and as we start to wrap up our classes at around 3 p.m. into the lower 60s. Now, we won't be into the 70s like we saw yesterday, and that's thanks to this cold front that moved through late yesterday afternoon, leaving us with this stable high pressure system, which is going to keep the rain and really the clouds away for the next day or so, leaving us with abundant sunshine. Now, it's going to move farther offshore on Friday. Still going to be sunny here, but as we look out west, things get a little bit more active and more colorful, as well as snow over the Great Plains and down south in the deep south in the Delta states, showers and thunderstorms. Now, I'll be looking at this trough and this cold front right here over the next couple of days into the weekend, because it could throw not only a monkey wrench into your plans, but also our forecast. As you may have noticed earlier this week, your weather app may have shown snow in April for Saturday and Sunday, with a high of 43 on Saturday and then a high near 60 on Sunday. Not really sure where it was going for there, because 60 and snow really don't mix that much. But if you checked it last night like I did, snow is gone. High of 67. That's nearly 25 degrees warmer than what was expected just a couple of days ago for Saturday, and then nothing at all on Sunday. So what exactly is going on here? Well, apps like these, like the default weather app, run directly through a series of models, and when they start to get a little bit crazy, a little bit hectic, the app will too. So now these models are simulations of the atmosphere, and they can run for hours, days, months, even years. Now, this is just only 3 days, and this is a temperature graph. And so when a series of models, a series of simulations are in close agreement, you'll see that they're very tightly packed together. So this is a good sign that we're pretty certain that we'll be getting up pretty close to 60 degrees today, and then down into the 40s this evening before warming back up near 70 degrees tomorrow. Now, Friday night is where things start to get a little hectic, as I mentioned earlier. This model has a high of 32 degrees for your Saturday afternoon, while this one has a high near 80. So once again, when models are hectic, apps that feed directly from those models are hectic as well. Keep it here at NCSU Weather, where we can deliver a personal touch, a method to the madness, if you will. Also, local stations apps like WRAL, Spectrum, CBS, ABC 11, they all have great weather apps that not only have pictures to tell you what's going on for the daytime and the evening hours, but also words and short paragraphs, short descriptions to see, maybe why they're uncertain about a certain temperature, about a certain forecast, because this is where things just get, well, a little confusing, and people start to freak out a little bit. So here are the two scenarios that I have playing out for your Friday. One is this digging trough continues to move southward, and that could bring us much cooler temperatures. Like, we're looking at temperatures right now, I have them forecast in the 60s. If scenario one plays out, it could move back into the low 50s, maybe even 40s, and we could see a little bit of wintry weather, but nothing really to freak out about yet. If this does play out, the high sun angle and then also very, very warm ground temperatures. Remember that we've been in the 60s and 70s for the better part of the past couple weeks. Those will melt anything that makes it to the ground pretty quickly. Now, I think this is a more likely scenario here. This is scenario 2, and this is where most of the models have been starting to trend towards as of late. It continues on this latitude eastward before lifting north, and we will see cooler temperatures on the back end of this front still, but very unlikely for any snow, maybe a few flurries at most on the back end. But right now, looking like a cold rain really at worst. So scenario 2 really plays out with, scenario 1 really plays out with these models really on this bottom spectrum, and pretty much everywhere else I would say is scenario 1. So I'd expect a high once again at around 65 degrees for your Saturday afternoon. It will be rainy though, so please bring out a jacket if you're checking out the spring game, the NC State football spring game at Carter Finley on Saturday afternoon. But also keep in mind that the models are in pretty good agreement about a pretty sharp drop. You see that there, a pretty sharp drop in temperature late Saturday. So cold temperatures will be associated with the back end of this front for sure. And our Wolfcast future model definitely agrees with this as well, with mostly rain moving in, but maybe a little bit of a flurry or two on the back end. Can't quite rule that out. But for the most part, once again, folks, will be rain for your Saturday. Now, colder temperatures definitely in store from there on out after a high of 73 on Friday, once again 65 on Saturday, getting down to near or below freezing on Saturday night. So please bring any pets or sensitive plants that will not really go well with the cold. You can let them back out on Sunday, although things will be a little bit cooler once again on the back end of this front. Maybe a little bit of rain for Monday to start your school week next week. Keep it here at NCSU Weather. I'm sure we'll keep you posted on this system as we head closer to the weekend. I've been James Scott. Enjoy the rest of your week.